Hey everyone, happy Friday. I'm happy for you to join us for a special edition of the Weekend Review. As you've been accustomed by now, after every conference, I invite some team members and we speak about impressions at the conference, what we learned from that conference. And this ETHDam edition was a very special edition for us. We had a lot of team members join, and there was a lot of effort put into this. And for this weekend review, I'm very happy to say that I managed to convince Diana to join us as well. She usually doesn't get along well with live events, but yeah, thank you guys for joining. So we have Diana, our events lead here, Matei, our BD manager, and Harry, of course, our technical product manager for OPL and Sapphire. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Hey. So first off, as I said before, a lot of effort was put into this conference, and I did mention this when I was having interviews around the conference. But Diana and Nelly, the events team here at Oasis, are really superhumans. Like, they put so much effort into this, so many hours, so many sleepless nights went into this, and I think you could share a bit more about this with the community, Diana. I mean, it's your thing, so.
Yeah, of course, of course. First of all, thank you for making this happen. Happy to talk about it. Yeah, it's been a challenge, but it's been a very interesting project to work on, and I think it turned out really great. I think we were very well represented. I think we were able to send the correct message. It was great seeing so many privacy passionate builders all gathered in the same place, all excited about what Oasis has to offer, about what Sapphire has to offer in terms of privacy. We had so many hackers who built on Oasis, um, and I just think generally it was a really good place for us to be. We had a bunch of really cool activations. We had so much fun. Um, we gave away roses. We had a photo booth. We had basically the entire conference center was just Oasis everywhere, which I have to say felt super nice. It felt very super starry kind of vibes. It wasn't necessarily easy. We had a lot of things happening in the background that had to be dealt with. Like a lot of crises that were happening in the background. Like the first day, they lost all our swag, so the venue lost all our swag, which was very close to heart attack level crisis.
I know, I was there.
Luckily, we managed to find it. It was hidden somewhere in a back room, just waiting for us. But yeah, not the best start of our day. I'm also very grateful to the entire team. All people have been there. All the Oasis teammates, they've been great. There was so much work to do, um, so many logistics to deal with. That come with an event where we have had such a big presence. But I'm super grateful because everyone pitched in, everyone helped, everyone was there to just make things happen. And I love this, and I know that all the attendees appreciated this as well. That's the feedback that we received from everyone there. So yeah, very happy that we were a part of ETHDam this year. Hopefully we can do it again next year. Hopefully we can do it even better next year. And I hope you guys enjoyed the ride with us. We tried to be as active as possible on all socials. So many thanks to the entire community teams, especially Mikna. He was filming everything. He was taking pictures of everything. So yeah. Of course, the entire social media team as well, marketing team for the rebrand. But yeah, really good work, and very happy that it all tied into this great event.
I think you guys did a stellar job, honestly. I think we can all feel safe with Diana on top of things. So the idea is, you know how guys are. right? Like we tend to forget things and lose ourselves in the crowd and maybe be late. Or Diana's always nagging us and grabbing us by the shirt and taking us around. So, yeah, with Diana on top of things, every conference is perfect, and this one especially was really stellar. I think everyone was happy with our presence there. We gave a lot of swag. Our new swag was so cool. I know not everyone on our team enjoys because they're, uh, but I think it was a very good swag and so fashionable. I would say, like I love fashion, and I'm happy with all the items we had. And honestly, like on Sunday, we had such a high attendance at the booth for more people wanting to get swag, and we were out of swag by Sunday because I don't know, there were hundreds and hundreds of people at our booth. But yeah, I really loved everything. And of course, um, simultaneously to the conference, we did announce our new brand refresh, and we launched our new website. And I think the marketing team did a tremendous job on this as well. And the cool promo we had at Central Station, like the clear screen with Oasis, was so satisfying. And then you hit the conference and you see the big banner on the building with Oasis, and everything around the conference is Oasis, even the badges and all of it. Like it was so satisfying, to be honest. But yeah, the conference, like the hackers and everything, very privacy focused, of course. And I was so happy to see that people are getting on board with solving Web3 UX issues, because like we all know, this is the main barrier for adoption in Web3. Not Well, we have a limited amount of people of users who get excited about MetaMask updates. Like regular people don't want to use those. So using blockchain without you knowing that you use blockchain is a big step up in the industry. And I know some of our projects use this when submitting their projects, their applications. So maybe Perry or Matei, like you wanna give us more details about the project that built on Oasis for the hackathon. Whoever wants to go first.
Sure, I'll weigh in very quickly about yeah, there were a lot of different projects, and this was very sort of privacy focused. So privacy and security were the two different tracks here. So out of I think of the 16 or so projects that submitted, which is over the course of 48 hours, they managed to build an app from scratch, or at least a proof of concept, and they managed to get it submitted. So it's not just the Oasis sort of privacy and sponsorship track that they're going for. There were a number of other sponsors in the general privacy and security track, and across them, I think it was a really interesting environment to get everyone together, and the timeline was very sort of compact. So it's forming teams, or just working alone, trying to figure out what can you do. Also the big question of what is confidentiality with AI. That was also in the air as well, and the first day was literally just everyone trying to figure out what they can build and making sure they know the tech, and then forming teams. And I'm really surprised at some of the apps that were built in 48 hours. So a couple of those people had been to hackathons before, and they've got like the technique nailed down of here's how I can produce a viable application that fits in this niche. It's like a starter. So I think a lot of these projects, I'm not sure how many we're going to see like become productized in the next year or so. I hope at least a couple of these will come out, and we'll decide to spend a little bit more effort polishing it off, deploying to the Chrome plugin store, or getting some marketing there. So I hope we do follow up with a bunch of these projects and see what can we do in the future with these guys, because it was really impressive. But I think I was on the main judging track, and Matej, you can possibly talk more about the Oasis specific stuff. And it was definitely it was a mix of different projects, and it wasn't entirely Oasis focused, which is good. At the same time, people are looking at it at a very sort of objective. How do we do this regardless of the tech? And I think a lot of what we're doing is emphasizing that there is a moral position that we should have, that we do need to try and solve these problems. We do need to be aware of these. And it was a really, really good crowd of people with the right sort of mindset coming together to try and tackle that problem.
Yeah, if I can add, so it was really, as you pointed out, really good to see people aligned with this privacy vision, because usually we're the odd bunch, advocating for privacy at other conferences where people are more interested into other aspects of crypto and blockchain, right? So I would say here it was really nice to speak to the people that have kind of same thinking what one of the main issues in crypto is. But yeah, speaking about the projects, maybe before I jump onto that one, so I just remember, yeah, Diana, and the events team, how they do it, it's kind of like event abstraction, right? So for me, it's just, I need to come to that stage, right? Everything in between, I don't know what happens, so it's just, I'm there, I'm speaking, and then that's it, right? It's magic. So it was really, yeah. What?
Poof.
Yeah, exactly. And then everything between is just, abstracted away from me. So thank you again to the events team. They do really a great job here to make it simple for us to be able to focus on what we're doing and have that basically only as an afterthought, okay, we need to do that. And also Karen, Mateusz, how they were supporting devs during the hackathon. It was really great to see, like jumping from one team to another, helping them out. If there were any glitches with interacting with Sapphire or anything of the like, you were there, you were present. Slack messages were going off, Discord was going off, and you were covering all fronts. So yeah, again, thank you for that. So they were able to deploy in those 48 hours. But speaking about the project. We had, I think, yeah, the 3 winners were really interesting ones, right? With a very immediate usability, right? So oftentimes with hackathon projects, it can be like a concept that needs a lot of work, a lot of polishing to bring it to a product that can be utilized by let's say users in crypto. But here, it's the Oasis Guards team that developed a decentralized password manager that uses Sapphire to store passwords. They built it as an extension, Chrome extension, looked really great, worked well as well. So that's why they kind of deserve to win. And okay, there needs to be some more development and of course potentially some audits, so that nobody can get your passwords there, right? But it's a start of a very good product that can be further polished and actually deployed on Chrome extension store, right? And then the second one, the 0x2FA, similar thing, right? Where you were using, I think, Sapphire for storing the seeds and then getting your OTP passwords, OTPs from there. So interesting project. Then I think the third one was BUIDL, which was kind of like a paywall. In this case, it was used for, I think, book writing, and then also purchasing of the content of the book, right? And it was an interesting use case, how you can use Sapphire to kind of have that paywall, and you can pay in increments, pay by page basically with the book, or have a crowdsource way of getting funding for that book, right? So and I think it can be applied to many different things as well, not just books. So that was one project that it has a good starting point that they can definitely build on. And here, yeah, don't worry, BD team is on it. We are speaking to all the projects that submitted, like adapt that makes sense, and we will be following up to see how far they can take it. If they need support from our side, potentially in a grant or development or just raising awareness. So we're definitely going to be still working with them. it would be a shame to.
I might add one more thing, which is we've got another 5 days worth of time left to do the quadratic voting. So after ETHDam, there's another 15,000 in bonuses that goes to people. All of the projects are up there. So if you go to ethdamqf.com, all of the projects are there. You've got the 2FA, Oasis Guard, eHook, Xerox Feedback, ZK Votes, Stealth Alec, maybe the projects that you didn't see at the time. It's worth going on there. If you've applied to do the quadratic voting, then you can put your votes in there and maybe spread to some of the not the interesting projects that didn't quite get there, but that are still worth a mention or have a really, really interesting concept.
Good that you reminded me, because I still haven't done that.
Yeah, same here.
I know I received the emails this morning, or the reminder email, but I still haven't gotten around to it. Then I remember there was a project who was adamant on using ZK, but they still had to use Oasis because they couldn't do everything with ZK. So I don't remember which project, but it was part of the top 10 projects chosen by the conference.
Was it ZK Loyalty? I think they used our RNG.
Yeah, I think
yes,
so.
you're right, Diana.
Yeah, those ones. But yeah, everybody's excited about our technology, so I think our engineers can be happy. Finally be happy that everybody's on board with Sapphire now.
Maybe one funny story, right? There was this guy approached me. He's like, I want to do account abstraction, have basically store, somehow the identities, with ZK proofs. And I asked him, we're using ZK proofs. We have to use, like, oh, really? So on Sapphire, you have private contract? Yeah, we do. Oh, we have this demo. Oh, it's already built.
Yeah, that's.
But then he didn't realize, the capability of the Sapphire and what it was. So I think the awareness is building with these events as well, and sharing what's possible. Even if the demos built, they could still build on top of that for sure. I think they then moved to the project Endorses, where they were doing the on-chain verifiable kind of peer reviews, which wasn't a bad project actually. Yeah, it was quite interesting, but we had to pick some winners, and it was a group decision. So those three were picked. But yeah,
I know it was a tough choice, guys. And we have.
Do you see this? Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
You do see this happening quite frequently. Of all of like the low-hanging fruit of ideas eventually get submitted to the hackathon projects, and then we had one. I think it was Waku. They were like, okay, do whatever you want, but not another chat app. We've got 1,000 chat apps already, and every hackathon, everyone submits a chat app. So yeah, I think the stirring the pot of ideas and getting fresh ideas is really important.
For sure, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I think we need to thank Mateusz and Matei Lubier for creating the playground where we have all the demo dApps and everything.
And speaking about Mateusz, I would also like to give a shout out to our engineering team, because while in Amsterdam, I interacted with quite a few hackers, and the general feedback was, you guys have the best documentation ever. It's so easy to find things. It's so easy to build on Oasis. It's so easy to figure out how things should be done, what are the capabilities, and so on. So yeah, huge shout out to our engineers.
I think this is the most important thing. If you are passionate about what you're doing, you're going to do a great job. And Mateusz is really passionate about helping people understand. And I don't know, I'm not a developer or anything, but every time I listen to Mateusz giving a lecture about something, about building on Sapphire, how to deploy a contract, I find it easy to understand and replicate what he's doing. With other people, not so much.
Compared to Harry, right, where he...
No. Harry is also excellent about breaking down complex things. And I always told you this, Harry. Like, you're always.
I really like Mateusz's workshops. They are very easy to follow. That's why he does them rather than I do, just because he's
Mateusz actually helped me deploy my first contract on Sapphire. So
keep up your cherry.
And everyone was the conference was actually asking about where's Mateusz? I need help with something. Where's Mateusz? Guys, don't overwhelm him.
That was amazing. Harry was right there next to me, and people were asking, "Who's Mateusz? We need to talk to Mateusz." I said, "I don't know where Mateusz is. Here's Harry. We don't want to talk to him. We want Mateusz."
Yeah, because his workshop was so good at, and nobody can stand Harry anyway. So I'm joking, Harry. Everyone loves you. Your events on our socials have the highest number of attendees. Just so you know, Harry.
Yep,
You have,
that's ominous and daunting and interesting at the same time.
you're starting to build quite the fan base. Just so you know, I don't know if you ever wanted that, but it's there, and they support you. But yeah, Amsterdam was really great, and by the way, it was my first time going to Amsterdam, and I love the city. But oh my god, the wind and the weather, and like it was excruciating. And funny thing, like we left Romania at 26 degrees Celsius, and I was wearing like shorts and like a really thin shirt on top, and we landed in Amsterdam at 80 degrees, I think, windy and raining. And when I came out of the airport, I was already freezing, and the airport police was looking at me like, are you all right? Do you need help or anything?
I think people thought you were British. They are the ones that usually pack shorts and flip flops wherever they go. It doesn't matter the temperature.
Harry, can you confirm this?
I did used to wear shorts year round. Our postmen are very notorious for having a competition between themselves of who can wear shorts for the longest, and you often see them in the snow with their boots and their shorts delivering mail. It's a British pastime.
You see?
No, that is not a good idea. I was a walking freezing block of ice all the time in Amsterdam. Like I'm sorry. Beautiful city, beautiful place, beautiful people, but oh my god, the weather. Oh my god, that wind.
Mihna, especially the wing of motorcycles, right?
Oh my god, yeah. Me and Mate actually rode a scooter, an electric scooter around Amsterdam, and we were freezing. And I guess you saw me in the videos. I'm quite a big guy, and Mate is not. So he was struggling, like riding.
It was fun times. It was fun times. Eye watering, but because of the wind. Because of the wind.
Yeah. We managed to squeeze in a bit of fun. We had a lot of work to do in Amsterdam, and now that we got back, even more work to do. And again, thank you for joining, guys. I know we're all overwhelmed with work at the moment, but we love what we do, so it shows. I think it really shows. People, I was looking on Twitter today and looking for our hashtag and see the just to see the reactions from people, and everyone's super happy with our rebrand and us pushing the AI narrative more, because as we said, we always had the platform, the infrastructure for projects to build AI, but now we decided to push it more, and everybody is super happy with that. And again, like we need to thank the marketing team. They really did a good job on did an amazing job at with the whole refresh, and I love the website. I love the new graphics. Everybody is just doing great. What else? Do we have more stuff to talk about, or I guess we can wrap it up. We don't want to bore people too much. I guess they're tired of seeing us everywhere. But I just want to mention from my side. So I first tried doing these walk arounds at the conference and doing interviews with people at Bucharest, and I loved doing this in Amsterdam. Everybody was super friendly. They were willing to share their experiences, their view on Web3, and things. I can assure the community that things will only improve from here onward. I think very important to ask people what they think about privacy, about Web3. Like, get as many opinions as possible on the floor of these conferences. Yeah, I think that's kind of it for the weekend review. We can wrap things up. Let you guys with a time lapse of what we filmed around the conference after this. Again, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Mateus. Thank you to the whole Oasis team. The biggest thanks go out to our engineering team, because without them we wouldn't be here. Oasis wouldn't exist. We came a long way since the birth of Oasis. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank
Michael.
you.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.